Welcome, everyone, and happy Thursday. It is noon Eastern time here on the East Coast, which means it's lunchtime. No, I'm just kidding. It is lunchtime. We are going to be having some wings today, but it means it's time for Talent Experience Live, the show that covers everything that you need to know in talent acquisition, recruiting, talent management, human resources as a whole, and everything in between. I am your host, Devin Foster. And this program is proudly brought to you by the good folks here at Phenom, whose purpose is to help 1 billion people find the right work. That is why we host such fun content like we have today, why we put on fantastic webinars, why we have AI Day coming up on the 12th, which is going to be the topic today as we enjoy some wings and everything in between. So if you're interested in learning more, head on over to phenom.com. There you can find out about our intelligent talent experience platform, which helps candidates find the right fit faster, employees evolve in their current roles and beyond, recruiters achieve next level productivity, and managers get better data and insights through some of our automation and artificial intelligence. Like I said, phenom.com, you'll see everything surrounding AI Day. And I'm going to be honest, I'm a little nervous about today's episode. I have a very special guest joining me today. It is John Harrington of our product marketing team. John, how are you?
I'm nervous too.
Yeah, today we're doing hot takes, AI Day insights with a kick. So, John, are you familiar with the show Hot Ones?
I am, and I've always participated as a viewer. I never thought I'd actually be on the show in a way, and here we are.
Yeah, so truth be told, today's our 200th episode. I knew that we had to do something special for it. I knew AI Day was coming up, and I didn't just want to do like a regular recap show. So I was watching Hot Ones late one night, and I saw you could buy the box set, and lo and behold, a couple days later, the box set showed up at my house, John, and now we're going to tackle all of these fantastic wing sauces, but it's going to be not just terrifying for us. We're also going to share some insights around AI, if that's all right.
Let's squeeze them in the beginning.
I think we will, as things get progressively more and more unhinged throughout this episode. No promises. We're going to do our best to keep it PG here on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and everywhere in between. But John, I think we should just start with the first wing. Let's get it over with. I've seen the reactions online, and I'm a little nervous. So we're starting with the Hot Ones Classic. Also, shout out to First We Feast. This is not sponsored by any way, shape, or form, but we're excited about it. So this is the classic. It is a garlic Fresno edition, John. If you spill it, you spill it. We don't have First We Feast.
It's gonna get a little messy.
Yeah, we're gonna do the best we can. And John, as I kick this off, as you enjoy your first wing, that came out fast.
Right.
First question is, what is AI Day, right? And I don't really know how to do this, if I should ask the question before you eat or as you eat, but
I'll answer the question and then I'll eat.
Perfect.
I'll get ready for the next question.
What is AI Day?
Sure. So we've done AI Day now. This will be our third time. And it's an opportunity for Phenom to put on display the full extent of capabilities that we've prepared in alignment with customer challenges. What are we doing to really help customers respond to the biggest things they face from a talent acquisition and talent management perspective? And what inspired us to take our AI the direction that we did? How does it actually work? What are some of the practical applications for it? What are some of the use cases we're addressing? And then how has it evolved? Another really unique thing that I'm really excited about this year is we're bringing our customers into the actual agenda and the flow for the event to talk about the now and the next. So I think that's something that people can look forward to. If you've been part of AI Day in the past, that's something that we're really ratcheting up and making a big part of how we're going to present it this year.
Yeah, three AI Days is a lot. Let's dive in. No, that's what everyone says. That's what all the celebrities say. This is a good wing sauce. Recommend it for your home kitchen. Jonathan Dale chimes in the comment section and says, "Take the bite." So we're going to do that next. As we jump to our next wing, we're gonna dive right in. Anyway, we do not have the benefit of particular editing during this, so you're going to get to see it all live in action. Our next wing that we have coming up is Double Comfort Foods Seeing Double. John, do Scovilles mean anything to you?
All I know is that the hotter the wing and the sauce, the higher the rating.
Yeah.
I did do a little bit of prep before this just to see how far I could push it, but I don't think I passed like the 100K threshold on the Scoville.
Okay. All right. Yeah, this is 6,200. You can go ahead and pop that on. I did no prep. I'm going to be honest. I treated this like I did almost every final exam in college and said, I'm just going to wing it. John was lucky enough to bring in a banana for me, or gracious enough to bring in a banana for me today. So I have that going for me.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a base layer, which is important. I think what I've heard is that when you get to number 7, it gets a little bit out of control.
We'll find out. Good luck. Luckily, we're getting the AI Day questions going in. So let's dive in with wing 2 before I jump into question 2.
Cool.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
These are nice wing sauces.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. Question number 2 before I double dip here is, what's your definition of AI? How has it changed over the years?
So my definition of AI is artificial intelligence, right? It's an opportunity for people to think about how we work closer with technology in different ways than we have in the past with computers and smartphones. Now we have an opportunity to augment or even automate the tasks that we do, and AI becoming a big part of how that happens. Today, in the context of human resources, artificial intelligence is being applied in a diverse range of ways, whether it's discovering the right candidates, whether it's evaluating candidates and determining if they're the right fit for the role that you're hiring for, whether it's understanding your unique requirements and providing recommendations on the types of things you want to include in the job description to make sure you're really zeroing in on the right level of detail, whether it's from a skill or experience perspective. It also is helping inform interview processes and making sure that people understand what got covered, by whom, and when. How can you use that data in that context to move the process forward faster? And then on the talent management side, it's informing workforce planning decisions. How do you address skills gaps that your organization has? How are you aligning your talent management team and your people managers to make better decisions about the people that you have in the building? How are you giving them exposure to growth and learning opportunities that'll help them become more productive, but also keep them with the company as long as possible? So it's got wide-ranging applications. And I think that today, with AI Day coming on the 11th or the 12th, what people are going to be able to see is the evolution of AI in the HR space and what can be done today and where are we taking it tomorrow. Those customer sentiment components of the AI Day, I think, is what I'm most excited about. So people can actually learn from what's happening now with intelligence, because a lot of it is, when you look at, the promise of what it can bring, it's a little bit abstract, but you can actually hear and understand how is it actually being applied. And I think that's where people start to understand how they embrace it to its full potential.
Yeah, I think here, I'm going to give this to you while I expand on that a little bit more. I think it's completely changed the game. It's come about rapidly, right? It changed from a year ago. It'll change from a year from now. And when I first thought of AI, all I thought was the artificial intelligence in Madden, right? Ask Madden. That was my expertise of AI. Boy, have things changed. Stepping it up is the fermented kimchi. This is 1,800 Scovilles. Very hot, John. I saw you just fired it right down. So I'm going to go ahead and ask the question. What sessions or things are you very excited for? I know you mentioned that there are going to be some customer-led sessions, some very technical things as well. Is there anything that you are particularly excited about?
I am. So agents are something that's emerged in recent time. And I think one thing that's unclear about agents is, how do they work? How do they differentiate from traditional intelligence or generative AI applications of AI?
I just saw my fat face in the camera. I'm sorry.
We need some agents to help Devin through this.
We do.
This hot wing.
I'm going to make it. I saw a couple people saying that they want to try them, that they're waiting for us to chicken out. None of that's happening.
We're going all the way through.
Yeah. But continue with the agents. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I think that's a huge groundbreaking change to how generative AI and intelligence are being applied. I want to get exposure to those use cases where that's going to be really making an impact for businesses. That's what I'm most excited about. I want to see it live and in action. There's going to be product demonstrations. So getting that upfront exposure to what it looks like in the flow of work and how it impacts the personas that it's intended for. That's, I think, something that anyone who's excited about AI Day can also look forward to is seeing some of the new innovation in this space. Another really important topic that I think we're gonna spend a considerable amount of time going through is around compliance and regulations, and how do people posture themselves, their organizations appropriately to ensure that they're embracing AI responsibly and in alignment with standards. There's a lot of things in flux too. So understanding the landscape, understanding how it's shifting, understanding how to put your best foot forward, confidently embracing the potential of what AI has to offer. That's going to be a component of what we cover as well.
Yeah, no, it's exciting stuff. Small question, again, not part of the group. Yeah, we're on to number 4 now, which is
Las Calientes?
Yes, barbacoa. Agents. When you say that, do you think of the Matrix every single time?
I can't help but think of it, right? I think it's baked into my brain when I hear agent. That's what I think of. But I look at it also as a term that complements what we already know about how AI is being applied, right? We hear cobot, we hear assistant, we hear terms that have to do with a human and what needs to be done in the work life or the personal life of that human, and how is AI complementing or supplementing or augmenting what you're doing. And I think agents are actually just a team working together to help you do that even better than you have in the past, right? But yeah, drawing comparisons to the Matrix, I think, helps people wrap their head around what does this even mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Phenom is the one. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
Fantastic.
You told me 7 is
I
where
think
it
the
gets.
spice went down.
Yeah, I think it's nice. Also, editor's note to the viewers at home: neither of us have touched the milk or the water here, so we're cruising right now. John, one of the things you just mentioned there was getting folks acclimated with it, right? And I think when anyone is truly acclimated with a technology or a service, they're using it every day, right? Our cell phones probably took a while to get acclimated. Now we use Slack, everything on there. Is there any technology that you use AI-wise on a regular basis? I know we're not in the talent acquisition space, but maybe to give some folks some ideas as to how they can leverage it in their own profession.
Absolutely. Being in product marketing, one of the really fundamental parts of my job is to understand buyer behavior, understand our customers better, understand what challenges they're facing, what's motivating them to make decisions.
Yeah.
So we spend a lot of time understanding why customers bought Phenom. Who were they comparing us to in terms of alternatives? What were some of the things they were contending with? What are some of the initiatives they have underway internally that we're helping address? And it takes a lot of time when you have a bevy of customers that you need to go through to do that analysis, and you have a finite number of people on your team and a finite amount of time. So traditionally, we've gone through various routes to understand more about customers. We talk to our sales team. We analyze the notes that we have in our system. We actually do win wires, and we do analysis of what happens when we won, and the reason and rationale behind it. But we're starting to use our technology now, our AI technology, to get that information faster and really compile it in a consistent way so we can understand more about why, and it's less guesswork or less of a manual process of obtaining and analyzing that information. So what would typically take us about 30 minutes to an hour to get that full understanding, now we can potentially reduce that to a matter of minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, to get that accurate representation, undertake the analysis, and then have a polished representation that we can all use to understand better why someone bought. So that's just one example. But our team is challenging itself to think of the various ways AI can be applied to improve efficiency and productivity. Number one, because we don't have a large team. 2, the amount of things we need to do only goes up over time, not down. And the things we're doing typically become more complex. Yeah. So if you're not thinking of ways that you can apply intelligence, you're probably not as efficient as you could be. It doesn't mean you need to completely change the way you're working, but you should be looking for ways to augment or altogether automate things that take up a lot of time so you can repurpose the time you're getting back to activities that are net new that you haven't had to account for, or go deeper on things that you already have committed to.
Especially if you're, down to the tone of the organization and things like that. I think of, what is this, Fat Cat? That is Fat Cat Gourmet, the chairman meows revenge. Marketing.
This sounds a little scary.
It is. Also, that last one, bit of a late hitter. I got a tingle in my throat there for a minute. So I'm glad that you were able to give me the time. But the speed is important, right? When we talk about things like high volume hiring and stuff, and hiring in general, people want to hear back immediately. If you can save 30 minutes or whatever it may be that you said, and it gets you in front of more candidates or the same candidate faster, it's going to be advantageous. But here we go, diving into the next one. And it's a good question after this. We're starting to get to more of the light stuff because we're
starting to get a little heavy.
We're about to be in it anyway.
For those of you listening in, it is getting a little hotter. We're doing our best.
We are doing it, but so is AI Day. So we're doing this for you, the people. Go register for AI Day and tell them that TXL sent you. I see Cody hopped in the comment section, says, genius idea for content here. Thanks, Cody. We appreciate it. John, next question is, there's always, whenever new technology comes out, a bit of fear mongering, right? At any point, have you ever been scared, or should individuals be scared that AI is going to take their jobs? Because I think there has been banter and conversations that maybe some jobs will be not necessarily eliminated, but certainly changed. Has that thought ever crossed your mind?
I think if you focus on that and you're not thinking of the why behind the question, then certainly you're going to be in this paralysis state, and you're going to let time go by, and you're not going to take advantage of this unique opportunity and this unique time that we're in to understand it better.
Yep.
I think when it comes to personal applications of artificial intelligence, you got to think about, where does it live within your life? Where are you not applying it? Where maybe you're apprehensive, and take a few steps back before just jumping in and getting your hands on it. Understand it better. Why is it there in the first place? Why does it exist?
Yep.
What is it solving for? And I think if you're in that creative and more curious mindset, you're not going to be daunted by what it could mean for the future. You're going to be embracing it in ways that are responsible, because you're doing your homework, you're doing your research, you're understanding it better. Yep. So I don't think the personal aspect of it is any different than the organizational aspect. I think organizations with artificial intelligence taking the world by storm, coming in and being part of so many pieces of technology that we already are using, there is this reason for pause and wondering, what does this mean? The fear mongering you described. But I think really understanding it better and taking the time to get educated, this is the time for it. And if you do that upfront work, you build that solid knowledge foundation, you're finding ways to refine your processes, your people, the workflows that you have, and how AI is integrated into that. And you're doing it responsibly and slowly. Like maybe you're just piloting a few things or trying a few things out versus going all in. Yeah. You'll understand more for when it takes a little bit more of a step in the serious direction of, wow, it's really transformed the way the world works.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, if you've done that upfront work and you're well researched and you have that confidence and the experience with it, you're not going to have to worry about whether it's taking your job or not. You're going to be thinking about how much better you're performing in your job or how much better your business is doing. So that's at least my take on it.
Well, I think the thought process behind it. Did we lose a lid?
We might have lost a lid.
We got a lid.
Chairman Meow got his revenge.
We did. But with that same thought, I think this is just the next lever for employees to leverage. I think back to when I started in the hospitality industry at a restaurant, right? You think of some of these frontline worker jobs. There were no POS systems when I first started taking orders where I'd go over and it was handwritten tickets, right? I was dealing with a lot of cash, things like that. Now almost everything's digital, right? These skills change. Artificial intelligence is that same thing. If you are, kind of stuck back in your old ways and not willing to leverage this technology, it could replace you. The likelihood is that it's not, because I think we all get acclimated to technology very quickly now. Does that one have a restrictor plate on it? That one, this next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
The flow has been constricted a little bit.
This is getting interesting. I'm still enjoying the content here. But John, this one, for those of you watching at home, is now 71,000 Scovilles. So we're kicking it up a notch. Cheers.
Cheers. Good luck. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, still there. John, what's your favorite adaptation of artificial intelligence in movies or film?
So I didn't get to address this earlier, but when you brought up Madden,
yeah,
I think video games are a great example of where intelligence has been infused in how people entertain themselves, but also make decisions differently, right? So I resonated with that example you shared because it was one of those things where you didn't really realize it was there. It was just so embedded in how the technology was working. So like you mentioned Madden, play selection or recommendations being surfaced to you, those aren't just randomized. Those are based on where you are on the field, how much time you have left to score, right? What the actual score is of the game, what your state of your team is. Are the people injured? Are they fatigued? Are you doing really poorly running the ball because you manually made that decision over and over again and it didn't net the results? That's where those recommendations come from. It's all that context. It's all that detail that you may not have been thinking about, but AI was there thinking about it. And then it's bringing those recommendations to you to maybe help you win the game, right? So that's, I think, a really good example of where it's being embedded in something in the media or entertainment industry. And some people may not have even realized that's what was powering it all along.
Yeah. Mine's iRobot. That was the answer that I was looking for, my favorite movie. But yeah, I agree. Madden has, and even all of the video games, as they, we create these worlds where, your actions have reactions and things like that. Those are systems in place. Also, the heat it's kicking up. Are you there yet?
That was hot.
Yeah, that was certainly hot.
It's starting to burn my lips a little.
Yeah. Chapstick might have been a good recommendation for those folks on Reddit here. As we continue to move through, I think you could still find that one like on a restaurant menu though.
Maybe.
Yeah. I would not recommend these and playing Madden. It would be all over the controller. It'd be a mess. But here we are. There's football tonight, John.
We have actually eclipsed of the total here. We're on the other side now.
Yeah, a lot of people would say we're on the downward slope. I don't think we're there yet. I think it's going to continue to get worse. Which is Black-Eyed Susan. This is what's fun about it is now we're both kind of flustered a little bit as it goes through. So there's less stress on the questions. My next question for you, John. Football starts tonight. Are you excited?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You got a little chicken on your beer.
Okay.
I feel like I owe you that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
That's gonna happen.
Do the same for me. As we indulge on this Black-Eyed Susan.
Do me a favor. Did I get it?
Yeah. No, you didn't. No, you got it.
Right.
I almost had to reach over and give you a helping hand.
You're a doll. Appreciate that.
Super Bowl prediction. Do you have one?
I do. So I feel like the Detroit Lions are my team that I would pick to win the Super Bowl this year.
All right.
They kept their offensive coordinator. There's a lot of rumors going on at the end of the season that he might leave. There was a ton of, I think, confidence from that team that they really had done what everyone made memes and joked about, that they were going to flip it and change the script on what Detroit Lions mean to the NFL, what they mean to the city. And they've done it. I really think that they've built a great roster, both sides of the ball. And I think this is their moment. I don't think a lot of people would say that, but that's who, if I was going to bet on it today, that's who I would pick.
I mean, people do say same old Lions. But I think I'm going to tie this back to Phenom, right? They revamped things. They got their offensive weapons. They got the new tools that they need to, take place in the 21st century. And we hadn't had that before. Maybe they leveraged Phenom to get some nice talent in the door. Oh yeah, I'm locked and loaded here.
Let me get involved here.
John, did you use AI to for your Super Bowl prediction? Did you?
No, that was a human at the core decision. I was part of that decision 100%.
Okay.
But I will say, in the context of football, we played fantasy football.
Mhm.
There's plenty of recommendations and projections and analytics that didn't exist 5-10 years ago that now are guiding decisions on how to set your lineup or who's favored to win and why. What do you need to do to put your best foot forward this week? And I think those data-driven, contextual-based decisions are becoming an everyday part of how people enjoy sports and the NFL and how they partake in things like fantasy football. So that's definitely played a factor in decision making for me.
Yeah. I, for one, may run an AI simulation tonight, see if you're correct with the Lions. But I'm also going to move all the sliders so that the Jets are the best team in the league because I'm tired of watching them lose. That's it. I'm gonna curve AI. How's that one for you, by the way? Got him. Mouthful. Don't be afraid to drink some water too. Wow, I just saw myself on camera. We're getting red in here. It's awesome. There is no AC in this room at all either. It is just a hot box. Moving right along. John, is there anything that you wish? No, I asked that question already. Would you ever do this again? I think this is a good time to ask that question.
It's starting to feel like the answer would be no.
Yeah, I think
starting to feel like I would do TXL again.
Yeah,
but I don't know that I would do this again.
I'm not there yet. I have to do TXL again. Maybe not this. I feel like that was an appropriate time to ask this question because this is the one that everyone talks about. The bomb evolution, the hot one, the one where you see all the memes and things. I'll be a little gracious with that.
Wow.
I know. I'm sweating.
Jumping right in, huh?
I never in our lives, though, John, have we related more to Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, I think, than right now. We've done that. I recommend everyone try this at home. If you're watching in the Phenom office, we'll bring them out. You can try them. You can see if we're babies. I see the comment section starting to fill up a little bit. We seem to be very chill about sauce number 8.
We haven't been into it yet.
Maggie, you did say that a little bit too soon. All right.
All right, here goes. Cheers.
Mm-hmm. I got it. We're all right. You making it? I will say, you have been far more giving with the sauce so far. So kudos to you. I watched the David Beckham episode last night. This one's getting me a little bit.
It's really hot.
Yeah, this one's.
I'm gonna drink some milk.
8, I think, is good for milk. My nose is running. Carrying on. This is just for post-credit editing. David Beckham ripped them apart, and it was something. John,
let's speed this up.
I lost track of the questions. What's one thing that you cannot wait to do post AI Day? Is there anything coming up for Phenom that you're excited about?
Event season. I'm excited to go to HR Tech. The Gartner events are coming up.
Yep.
I have Phenoms right around the corner in the spring.
It is?
I think that's what I'm looking forward to the most is getting that in-person interaction, getting exposure to what everyone has top of mind going into the new year. What are some of the struggles that are being faced by the world's biggest businesses and what's being done about it from a talent acquisition, talent retention perspective. I would say that's probably what I'm looking forward to the most, other than never doing this again.
Yeah, no, this is brutal. Shout out to the celebrities. Taking part. Also, I've completely lost all train of thought of my questions here. You skipped over the AI adaptation. This is question 9. Then we'll give you your chance to promote AI Day again. Favorite adaptation in artificial intelligence in a movie? I said mine is iRobot. There's artificial intelligence, Haley Joel Osment. There's a number. Do you have a particular favorite?
Maybe like Minority Report.
Classic one. We do love Tom Cruise.
I'm thinking of the ones that scare you because they feel real.
Mm-hmm.
We were sitting in the theater, you're watching it, and you're like, that could happen. How come it hasn't happened yet, right? Everyone talks about Skynet with Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
That could happen. We have internet access now, right? Everything has changed tremendously. Why couldn't this happen tomorrow? I think those are the ones that make you think. They give you that reason for pause, and that is probably a source of some of that fear mongering. Where is this actually going? What happens if we take it too far, right?
Yeah.
And I would say that's why that movie sticks out to me as one that it gave me that impression.
That's fair. I just watched the what is the one? The Creator, all about an artificial intelligence. Oh yeah,
you already went.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I fired that one down. You said speed it up, and I am
okay.
I'm jonesing over here. I'm gonna use one of these sanitizer wipes. Get my hands down a little bit.
Okay. For everyone watching that didn't have the restrainer.
No, there's no more restrictor. We're flying through it.
All right, here I go.
Says this is the most entertaining TXL to date. Sniffles and all. Yeah, it sounds like we are we're going through it, and we certainly are. As I prep for the last wing. Anyway, the fear-mongering one, John, was The Creator that I just watched. And I watched it on a plane. It terrified me. I'm not going to watch it again. We have an extra cap. Oh, no, this is the cap. Here, let me help you out a little bit. I hope everyone is enjoying this at home.
Wow.
AI Day, it's coming, John. You're going to get, after this is the last dab. You are sweating.
I know. It's hard not to.
It is. Oh yeah, we have to dab it as well. I forgot. These are the rules of engagement.
Yep.
That is a hell of a dab, John.
They call it the last dab for a reason.
We have not cursed at all. That might change during this one. John, as we embark on this, I'm going to try and fire down this wing. Once we eat it, you have the opportunity to stare down the camera. Tell them anything that you want to know about AI Day, why they should register. And I'm going to say that if we get a certain amount of engagement on this, we're going to do this a lot more.
I'll help you recruit participants.
Yeah, you can recruit. I'm going to dip this in here. I know Matt, anyone actually from Phenom who chimed in the comment section is now nominated to do this so that they can see what we're going through. Sipping on a bit of milk.
Okay.
John, I'm going to dive in. Here we go.
Last dab?
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm.
You know what? The worst part about this is once you feel like you're in the clear and you're moving on and things are going to be normal again, you just fire down a hotter hot sauce. This is 2,693,000 Scovilles, John. And I feel all of it. I also found out last night watching the show that they have paramedics on staff. We have Devin Baker. He can't help us if anything goes wrong. John, you've done it. We've eaten all the hot sauces. Here's your camera. Let them know about AI Day, why they should register.
September 12th, ai.phenom.com. Be there. Be square. You don't have to do this. You can just sit and enjoy a coffee, enjoy a breakfast sandwich, whatever you prefer. But take a few minutes to participate, whether it's at the beginning, the middle, the end, or the whole thing. There's something for everybody. I'm really suffering right now, but I'm so excited for AI Day. I have tears of joy. I have tears of excitement. No tears of sadness. Nothing but good things to look forward to.
The future is now. We're going to be there. We'll be at AI Day. Thank you so much for joining. It's getting hotter and hotter, John, and so is AI Day. Thank you so much. Tune in next week, AI Day the 12th. We'll see you there. I'm a little lightheaded. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much.